Ghost Stories back at it, fellas. We live on location. Wiz Prod just told me it's our ninth episode. So before I get into the UNH trio here, I am solo tonight. It is a Charger Nation thing, even though we got a couple other Eddie 10 wannabes in the house here, just in the background. It's pretty cool. But shout out to Ski first and foremost. Happy birthday, Ski! I don't know if you guys. That's actually why he's not here today.
Birthday, Ski.
Happy birthday, Ski. He's out there celebrating, so you deserve it, dude. Big things coming for you in the baseball world. And then the other one too. This is kind of an announcement also. So JT, for the guys that don't know, just welcomed the baby boy. So they're all doing great, but he's doing some family things. So they have real reasons why they're not here. It wasn't just the UNH guys. So just shout out to you guys, man, D and the whole Tracy family, man. Congrats. So as always, it's been about 2-3 weeks, so we've gotten a ton of questions coming in, and before we get to you guys, I'd just like to touch upon them, especially when they kind of link together. So what we had was a lot of guys asking about the junior college route, and you guys all have your own unique stories that didn't include that necessarily, but a really unique question I got, which I don't know if you guys even had any idea about, the schools that including New Haven when I went, is a JV program. So a lot of these schools now, with the transfer portal and everybody living and dying by it, it's actually a really dope idea because it's just showing that you're committed to your program. And you guys are going to be able to, touch upon that because you guys are going to be 4-year guys, which is rare now, especially for three dudes to still be there is crazy. So the JV route for a lot of guys, it just shows that these coaches are invested, right? They're bringing kids on that at some point they believe in, and instead of those kids having to go to a school they don't want to go to, or maybe a JUCO, which we'll get to in a second, they have a JV opportunity. We have a kid, name's Matt Ballin, shout out to him. He's at North Carolina Wesleyan. Probably never heard of that school. They win, they're dogs down there. He went down there and did the JV route, and he has a big year on the varsity club this year. So really cool stories, coming down the Ghost Story pipeline. But JV programs for the younger guys out there, sophomores, 26s, 27s, look into a school if you love the school. It's a winning program. Most JV programs are winning programs because they're developing. And just like I said, touching upon that, when I was at UNH, we had a JV program. Kid Adam Rosem, love him, one of my dudes. Showed me on the weight room. He's a all-time kind of guy like that. And he did the JV route and was all conference senior year at New Haven, like big boy club, really showed out for us. So really cool, and shout out to that too, man. It's a different road to take, and I'm sure as this whole Division I roster cut, Division II, all that kind of stuff goes down the pipeline, the JV route will be a really interesting one. So just guys, just kind of educating. So, but that's kind of the answer to those questions. Let's get to Charger Nation here. Let's have some fun with it. I've been looking forward to this. I tried to get to UNH once for the workout. That didn't go through. So we'll do it here. We'll start with Liam Carroll, lefty, just straight up dude, right? Like Massapequa guy. So hate to give Massapequa credit, but you do come from a winning program, and that's a real thing. I'm sure you had some good wins there and some good times there, but just the New Haven process, right? Mm-hmm. You are a COVID dude, right? You went through the COVID thing, definitely hindered some of your recruitment stuff. Mm-hmm. Being an alum, being with you guys here and you guys winning and having some success. I think this all worked out for the best. Yeah. But take us through a little bit of the end of COVID, some of your how this all transitioned.
Yeah, so going in the summer of 2020 was the year I was going to recruit, and COVID kind of took us by storm.
Sure.
It was tough, but it was hard to get in front of coaches, so it was weird. But I think it worked out best for me. But what happened was basically got an opportunity with the New Haven coaches.
Yeah.
They came down, watched me pitch, only pitched 2 innings in front of them.
That's all they needed,
which at the time was – during COVID was all you were really going to get. So you really kind of had to show up. Pitched 2 innings, pitched well, basically kept talking to them, and ultimately decided that was.
Yeah, and I know Coach Mike, spearheaded that a little bit too. You guys had the luxury, we'll call it the luxury, the fun to play for Coach Mike. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. But you did have that opportunity, which that always helped. Obviously, I had a little bit of a connection. I never played for Solano or Sport. I didn't get to play against them. So different relationship there. But it was really cool that we were able to get them down. I guess we shouldn't really be saying that. I guess we were bending some rules, or there's some loopholes around there for them to hop on the ferry and come see it throw. But we did. We had to do it to get you out in front of them, and knowing that you were going to do your thing and really pave the way for all right, man, B1's got some guys that can really play at this level. So really awesome opportunity for you to take it by storm there. And then one of the unique things was just the velo part of it.
Yeah.
Right? You were getting outs. No one was hitting you on Long Island. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. You weren't getting hit on Long Island. So they knew you can get outs. They needed to see a little bit more in you. So take us through that a little bit. What was that number that they needed to see pop to know that you can get there?
Yeah, so basically I was never a velo guy. I was just kind of trying to throw it where the catcher would tell me in spots. But, yeah, they wanted to see that there was something there. So I think I went out. I had to get around 85.
Sure.
So there was one game with the perfect game stuff where they record every pitch.
Yep.
And I just kind of went out there and I had to throw the ball pretty hard that day.
Yeah. No. And that's what it is, too. Like, a lot of these kids get so caught up in velo, and we'll get more to velo as we move down the ladder here, but they get so caught up in velo that you do have to eventually get outs. And, I had guys at UNH that were 91, 93, and they weren't in a rotation. And, you guys, you have your scout day. We were talking about that briefly. I think there's 5 or 6 guys in New Haven right now that are over 90 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. Now, so many guys out there say, well, they're a Division II school. Why are all these guys throwing 90?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we always say it. These kids, they hear us and not listening. And they're not understanding. They're not going to see that type of play. Like, man, your guys' game against Malloy, that's crazy baseball. And to see it end the way it did with, was it a PFP issue? A bunt? How did you guys lose in
ground ball was a pitcher?
Yeah, PFP. Yeah, it was a PFP.
Yeah.
I mean, we watched what happened with the Yankees. Like, it's just so crazy. Mm-hmm. It isn't just about being a robot, getting on the mound, throwing 93, right? And then, I'm going to go to Wake Forest, start throwing 95. Mm-hmm. Like, you guys have a guy right now that on pro day was up to 96. Mm-hmm. So, that's out there. And so many kids have texted me, and we referenced it a couple of weeks ago. One of my players was like, why is it Delphi have a kid throwing 95? Because you don't know his story. You don't know how he ended up there. You don't know how long it took for him to progress to that. I mean, you're going to be a testament to that. Like, you weren't throwing 92. You were hitting home runs instead. Yeah. So, you're going to be a fun one to get to. But just really, really cool and unique to see. They just need to see what's in you. That you had a little bit, and they probably wanted to light a little like competitive fire. Like, hey, I'm sitting 82, 83. It's not like I don't have it, but let me find it. So
velo's what opens the door. But if you want to compete at the college level, that's where you gotta. 30 strikes.
Like I said, we had a guy in New Haven that was 91. Well, he had a couple, but when I was there, 91, 93, he didn't really see the mound. And our number 3 was 85, 86 with Sink, and I love playing shorts behind him because I was getting ground balls over. Yeah. So it's going to open a lot of doors. It's going to pay you. The scholarship money will change a little bit if you're showing it. But I mean, you guys could say it for him, but like the awards that you have just won. I mean, you were finalist or runner up for the pitcher of the conference at A10.
Mm-hmm, yeah, second team all conference.
Second team all conference, and you're not throwing 95. No, and yet you're getting outs against guys that will get drafted. You might be a dude that gets a pitch professionally in a year or so, which we're hoping for. And you're not throwing 95. So it's going to open some doors, but it's about getting outs. It's about pitching and about winning. So that's, again, you have a pretty much a conventional story, right?
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah, right. It wasn't what these guys had to go through. Easier. So let's go to Maddie, right? Maddie Minio. Another, again, I guess you were a Massapequa guy. I guess I got to give you that shout out too. And you were in a different, unique story, right? You were committed to a Division II school, and I actually just realized you actually signed to a Division II school. And bring us through what may have changed your mind as that summer progressed, in which you wanted to decommit and then commit to New Haven.
So I was in a similar position as Liam. We had COVID to deal with, and around the fall, I committed with a Division II school. And after my senior year season, I just felt like that school wasn't giving me the best financial and academic way to go about my business.
So that wasn't even necessarily the baseball fit.
No.
The baseball fit kind of worked. It was just the actual school, the atmosphere. And again, that's really cool because we haven't really talked about that too much on here. That I'll be the first one to say, I don't know, but you guys, I kind of put baseball, my social life, even ahead of the academics a bit when I went to college. Like, I was having fun. Baseball was my number one thing. Of course, we have to make sure we're going to graduate. We have to make sure we're getting our grades right. You have our study halls and all that. But it's really cool to hear that the actual school itself and the academics, not that it wasn't a good school, not that it doesn't fit, but it didn't fit what you were necessarily looking for. And it just took a little longer for you to realize that. And probably in not a COVID atmosphere, you probably don't commit there. And it's nothing against that school. It might have been a great fit for you baseball-wise. But you kind of had to settle it for a moment, and then maybe your boy over here opened up a door that when New Haven said, "Hey, we might need another arm." And I know schools are not poaching players, and hey, you're committed. But if there's a natural kind of attraction to each other, it's interesting to see it go that way because we haven't had that. I don't think I've had a guy actually commit and then decommit and for the right reasons, nothing wrong, and just find a better fit. So pretty cool there. And now again, you're a different guy. You've built your way up, right? You had some success early on in your career in New Haven, continue to get better from there. For you, kind of give us a story right now about freshman year at New Haven.
Freshman year, I was like a middle leverage guy out of the bullpen.
Right.
I feel like I really put myself in a good position for sophomore year.
Sure.
But sophomore year, our team was just loaded, and I had a rough start to the season, and it kind of just snowballed. Didn't go my way, didn't get bounces, wasn't throwing good pitches.
Sure.
And after sophomore year, I just really wanted to transform myself into like what I knew I could be. And then going into last year, I went into last year with so much confidence that just like the first time I touched the mound in Myrtle Beach, I was like, all right, I'm going to be that guy for us this year.
So again, I have to do it because the time we're in. Bro, why didn't you just run away and transfer to a different school and get a fresh start? Why didn't you do that? That's what everyone else does. Why would you reset yourself at the same school with the same clowns you got to deal with all the time, all that? Like, is it possible that you just trusted the process that you saw? Granted, I understand the facilities they brought on probably had something to do with it, but the coaching staff was doing a good job. The team is winning, and you touch upon it. You were loaded. You understood what you were up against. You didn't handle it the way you would have liked to, as far as, again, a couple of bad bounces. Relievers is a tough business. You two know that better than anybody. You 2 bloop singles and a walk, and all of a sudden your ERA is 9. But just really proud of you there, because I didn't even know that little struggle you had in there. I was kind of following along, but it's really cool to see you say, no, I'm here. And now you have a prominent role on a team that's going to continue to win. Yeah. So that's awesome. And now what's your velo at right now?
Mid-8s.
Yeah, right? Not 96, 97. Nope. No, and we're getting outs at a really, really high level. Yeah. So really cool to see. Again, another guy that had to get to that 85-ish number to make sure that these type of schools were like, okay, he can come in and do what you're doing now. Develop, all that good stuff. So, and, for you two, your body, you said transformation, your body's transformed. I mean, to see you guys playing in more athletic, versions of yourself is awesome, right? A lot of guys kind of remember you guys of, not being in the best shape and not having all that. Maybe you more so, but but it's crazy to see, man. It's crazy to see. It's awesome to see. So again, another awesome story, Maddie, and looking forward to putting it all together this year. That's going to be the best. So now yours is crazy unique, right? So pretty conventional, lefty dude, really hot, top Division II school really likes you. We move on. Yours again a little bit different. Your original commitment didn't fit exactly what you're looking for. Had a different opportunity, took it, ran with it. Now you, I remember right here we signed at Concordia.
Pictures, everything, yeah.
Great Division II school. I mean, that coach, Craig Everett, I love that guy. I know you would have done unbelievable things under him. I think he would have really got you to being where you are today anyway. I was looking forward to that relationship. And what happened?
They closed.
They closed. You closed the school down. They couldn't handle you.
They weren't ready.
That's crazy. No. But this isn't a school like a New York Tech loses a program for a little bit. The school closed. Mm-hmm. You didn't even have the ability or option to go to college there. Mm-hmm. So now that happened when? When did you get that call? Do you remember?
It was like January. I just got home from school. It was like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Senior year of high school.
Yes. Senior year of high school. And I didn't even find out from the coach. My friend texted me. He was like, yo, did you see like Concordia closed? I was like, what are you talking about? And he was closed. And he sent me like a screenshot of like their Instagram saying that they're closing. And then 5 minutes later, the coach called me. He was like, hey, like, I'm sorry to tell you we're closing. Like,
man,
you have to find somewhere else to go.
I mean, so now you are in January, locked in, loaded, excited to go play at a good Division II school for a great coach, and all of a sudden you don't
square one.
Well, even less because I mean most recruiting is over with. So now, how did you end up at UNH from there?
So the winter was kind of like a dead period. Didn't really hear much from anything. It was kind of like just putting myself out there with like winter workouts and everything.
Sure.
And then I want to say it was like the summer. Like fast forward to the summer now, and then I was kind of set on just not really going away, just playing ball at school.
Yeah.
I was like telling my parents, I was like, look, I just send me to trade school. Like I don't really care. And then Mike told me, he was like, look, Solano's coming to see Matt, like, just throw an inning, whatever happens, happens. I was like, all right, cool. I went out there, and I was like, upper 8s.
Yeah, you were a little bit different. Your velo was there. You're not a little guy.
I think I hit 90 once, and then I get home from the game, and Solano calls me like, hey, come be a Charger.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it was really like that. And I do remember, and we were joking about it before, but I'm not joking about it. You probably have the coolest home run in B1 history. So, Solano, I mean, unbelievable. So Solano's not going to want me to continue to say this, but you give this guy a bat, and New Haven feels not going to hold him a little bit.
You brought the fences in.
I understand that. I'm trying to put together something where I get
backside. But.
Well, that's fine. Whatever. That's where you hit that
home run.
Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah,
that's
what you could be a little late, not know where the ball is, and just leaving the ball. So good.
It was like 2 summers ago.
Yeah, I'm working on putting some blue and yellow Adirondack chairs up on that hill over there by Field Fence. I'm dead serious. Let some people hang out there. I need you peppering those. But it is the point being is like, so you were in a summer after you graduate high school, assuming you're just maybe not gonna play baseball anymore. Yet you're up there throwing 87 at 90. You're hitting opposite field home runs in big spots against great teams with other teams like literally watching and cheering because it was just unbelievable timing for it all. And you don't have anywhere to go now. Nothing. You didn't do anything wrong. Just you committed to a really good Division II school as a two-way. Where again, Solano. I mean, Coach Everett was going to let him swing. But no, for real, like you were going to go there as a two-way guy, and who knows what was going to happen. And somehow you end up with these clowns, and you become a trio. And now, similar to Minio, even more so. So you do go in there not exactly ready to run 3 miles.
Nope.
I know you could throw a medicine ball through a wall.
About it, yeah.
But
at that time, didn't really do anything else.
Well, yeah, fair. So all right, so now your freshman year was significantly different. Yeah. So take us through it a little bit because it's crazy to think that. And again, you're a stud. You're about to close games for a any 10 championship team, but you guys you don't throw 90. He's throwing 90, and we can't get him on the damn mound. And rightfully so. You weren't ready for it yet.
No,
but
not at all.
So freshman year, what do you got?
So I was not gonna lie, I was kind of scared and not really knowing what was gonna happen.
Sure.
First time being a pitcher, only ever.
Right.
And I was just taking the fall to kind of learn really the position, really what went into it and everything. But spring came, I didn't play. I was like, screw this, kind of want to leave. I don't really like it here. Then my parents were like, no, dude, stay. One more year. Sophomore year, you're gonna play. How it works. I was like, so then next year came, didn't really play again. I was like, at that point, I was like, all right, I'm really done. Send me home. I don't want to do this stuff anymore. And then I think he was talking to my brother or something, and he was like, what are you doing? You're halfway done the degree here. What do you stay?
Sure.
It's yeah, you're right. So I stayed, and then.
Now, 2 things. Number 1 is Babs has to get a shout out. See, there's no way. let's be real. We can't not shout out. He's acting like he talked to your brother. No, you're talking about. You're talking about.
It was all Babs.
Unbelievable. I mean, I went through. I don't think you realize how much I spoke to your mom in those first 2 years. Yeah. And when I say speak to your mom, I meant listen to your mom. There wasn't a lot of time to speak. Not a lot of chance to speak. But
she just go when she starts. She goes.
Nothing but love, nothing but great stuff there. But now, did something click? What happened though? Because you were out the door a little bit, even mentally checked out.
Foot out the door.
But physically, you were getting a little bit better. You were getting in, not I guess in the shape you need to be in. But I know Coach was determined to find out what would be in you if we could just get everything together. So was there a moment? And I this is raw. I actually don't know this. And if there isn't an answer, there's an answer. But I feel like there's always a little bit of a turning point, a little bit of all right, let's go. Is there something like that happen, a conversation?
I don't know if I'd say it was a conversation. I'd say it was more so kind of a moment where this is going to sound really bad, but I kind of went down the stairs at home and I was out of breath. I was like, it's kind of bad.
Okay.
I got to.
So your own look in the mirror moment. Okay.
I was like, all right, maybe I got to take a step back, look at everything. And then last year, throughout the entire fall, it was just my head didn't work.
Okay. And now, where are you at mentally as far as the pitching goes? Because, I mean, I just saw your rap, so I think you're 92.8 or something along those lines. You're just lightly throwing 92. Where are we at? What are we doing? Because you had a bunch of really big moments last year. So you went from not playing at all your first 2 years to all of a sudden gaining the respect and the just the trust that you can go out there and get some big outs. Right? I mean, I saw you throw some 8th inning games, all that kind of stuff. So where are we at this year? Where's your mindset at? I mean, pro day. Well, how'd your pro day go?
I felt pretty good out there. I feel like I did all I could, honestly.
Okay. And Velo was there.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Again, it's just crazy, right? Winning awards, not throwing 86, right? Getting the bigger outs, throwing 86, and we've had to claw it out of you. And the guy's throwing 92 to just get up on the mat and throw some outs. Yeah. But it's just everybody has their own path, their own process to getting where you want to go. It's kind of funny. We're watching a should be PO getting some a bullpen over there. Shout out to. I mean, all those swings and misses wouldn't make too many noise, so we'd be good. We'd be good. But no, this was this is fun, man, because this is a catch up for me. Like again, you guys play for Mike. Now you have known forever, but you guys play for Mike. So I just saw you from a distance, you know, kind of helping throughout the college process, like always. But I just got to see you guys throw a little bit here and there, and then obviously, you know, being an alum and you know, proud of being from UNH. Like I was really rooting for you guys and super proud and to say, you know, you're B1 guys in general, but to go out to UNH and do your thing right now has been awesome to watch. So crazy excited to see what happens next year. Proud of, like I said, proud of all you guys for different reasons. I mean, it's really cool to see all three of you guys, like, again, a UNH trio and got there in different ways and are in different places, yet you're all getting outs in big spots. So super unique, super cool. Appreciate you guys coming down. Excited to get up to UNH and, you know, watch you guys beat some of the local teams around here. So, it'll be fun, man.
Can't wait.
Wiz Pride, man. We're 9 deep. Appreciate you, dog.